review and travel.
Hello and welcome to my channel. If you've ever thought that Texas was just about cowboys and deserts, then get ready to have your mind completely blown. I've spent years traveling all over, but few places have surprised and moved me as much as this journey through Texas. This isn't just a place, it's an entire world where prehistoric pasts the spirit of the Wild West and the future of humanity coexist. I'm going to take you to 6 of the Lone Star State's hidden gems places you can only truly feel when you experience them firsthand. Join me on this adventure because the things you're about to see will make you wonder, why didn't anyone tell me about these places sooner? A journey into the heart of the Lone Star State. If you love stories about the Wild West, about rugged cowboys and gunfights, then the Fort Worth Stockyards is your mecca. This isn't just a tourist spot. It's a living museum where time seems to have stood still. The first time I stepped foot here, I felt like I was walking onto a movie set. The air was thick with the smell of leather, and old wood country music drifted from a nearby bar, and the cobblestone streets shimmered under the afternoon sun. I'll never forget the moment I witnessed a real cattle drive, as authentic cowboys, with wide-brimmed hats, bandanas, and dusty boots, stoically herded a longhorn cattle herd right down the main street. The rhythmic sound of dozens of hooves and the low shouts of the cowboys gave me goosebumps, a powerful reminder of a bygone era. Afterward, I spent hours wandering through the shops, where every pair of cowboy boots has its own story, and every leather good is handcrafted with incredible detail. In a local bar, I sat with a cold beer and listened to an old man tell tales of when Fort Worth was the last major stop for massive cattle drives. Fort Worth doesn't just preserve the past, it is the past. Palo Duro Canyon, Texas's own Grand Canyon. After immersing myself in cowboy culture, I was ready for a completely different kind of adventure. From the flatlands of Texas, I drove to a place I like to call Another America. Palo Duro Canyon. The second largest canyon in the United States isn't the Grand Canyon. It's its own unique masterpiece. The beauty here is a mix of vibrant colors and spectacular geological formations. I'll never forget the moment I first looked down from the rim, a living painting of multicolored layers of red, orange, and yellow rock unfolded before my eyes, stacked like historical pages of the earth. My biggest challenge was the hike to Lighthouse Rock, but when I finally reached it, I wasn't disappointed. A massive sandstone formation stood tall, looking exactly like a lighthouse in the middle of the canyon. Standing at its base, I felt incredibly small in the face of nature's power and patience, which carved this shape over millions of years. This place taught me a valuable lesson, that to achieve beauty and greatness, one must sometimes endure the erosion and trials of time. Beyond the hiking, I also spent an afternoon on a horseback ride, traveling along the same paths where Native Americans once lived, and camped here for a night lying under a canopy of stars. The name Palo Duro means hardwood, and I realized that not only the trees, but the very spirit of this land is tough and enduring. San Antonio, where history whispers and the river sings. Leaving the wild beauty behind, I arrived in a city full of romance and epic history. San Antonio. What surprised me most was the perfect blend of cultures, especially as I walked along the Riverwalk, where I felt like I was in Venice, with charming little bridges and outdoor cafes. However, the true soul of San Antonio lies at the Alamo, a sacred symbol where I could feel the hushed reverence of the visitors. The The story of the Battle of 1836 and the bravery of 200 Texans fighting against thousands of Mexican soldiers touched my heart, reminding me that while things may change with time, values like courage and freedom will never fade. San Antonio is also home to other historic missions, like Mission Concepcion, where I was in awe of the original frescoes still adorning its walls, a living testament to the people who lived and prayed here centuries ago. This place gave me a different perspective on the lives of San Antonio's early inhabitants, Austin, where live music and a weird spirit prevail. From the historic city, I moved on to Austin, a place that is a world apart, embodying a young, creative, and energetic Texas. The nickname Live Music Capital of the World is no exaggeration, as I spent an entire night on 6th Street, immersed in a world of sound, going from one bar to the next, soaking up the vibrant atmosphere of blues rock and country music. I also wanted to see the magnificent Texas State Capitol, a symbol of power and democracy, that with its distinct pink granite stands taller than the U.S. Capitol. I spent time inside admiring the chambers and learning about the state's political history, which gave me a deeper understanding of how Texas operates. And of course, I have to mention the famous motto, "Keep Austin Weird," which I came to understand isn't about being eccentric, but about celebrating individuality and creativity. Austin encourages people to be themselves without fear of being different. A valuable lesson in acceptance and freedom, Caddo Lake. The eerie beauty of cypress and Spanish moss. If you want to escape the city noise and find a place that is truly otherworldly, then Caddo Lake is your destination. This isn't like any lake I've ever seen. It's a prehistoric waterway, where ancient cypress trees grow straight out of the water and curtains of Spanish moss hang down, creating a scene that is both beautiful and haunting. As I kayaked through the bayou, it felt like I was entering a fairy tale or a movie set. With no traffic noise, only the gentle dip of my paddle and the occasional bird call. This place offered a strange sense of peace. What amazed me was that this area was once a bustling hub for steamboats and early oil exploration. But now everything has returned to its raw, natural beauty. Caddo Lake taught me a lesson about the resilience of nature and how things can return to their original splendor after human interference. Houston, from oil rigs to the stars. My final stop was Houston, the largest city in Texas, the city of the future. Houston has a powerful energy, a mix of industrial might and grand ambition. It's known as the energy capital of the world, and I saw massive oil rigs and towering skyscrapers. But what impressed me most was the NASA Johnson Space Center. Stepping inside, I felt so small in the face of humanity's incredible achievements, seeing spacecraft, astronaut suits, and even a moon rock. When I sat in the historic Mission Control Center, I could feel the tension, the focus, and the hope of the people who made history. Houston doesn't just build great things on the ground. It reaches for the stars, and that is an endless source of inspiration. The city also has a vast park system, like Buffalo Bayou Park, where I could run and bike along the waterway, a place that once played a key role in trade and has now become a beautiful green space for residents to enjoy nature. My journey through Texas has come to an end, but the emotions and lessons it taught me remain. I experienced a Texas of cowboys and cattle drives, of majestic canyons, and eerie lakes of epic historical stories and dreams that reach for the stars. Texas is not a single color. It's a blend of many shades and many stories. The one thing I took away from this trip is the Texas spirit, a spirit of resilience, courage, and independence. From the soldiers who fell at the Alamo to the people who built a space technology hub from a raw land. It's the spirit of living differently in Austin and the preservation of the past in Fort Worth. I believe that each of us has our own. Texas, a place waiting to be discovered. So pack your bags and find your own story. Don't just listen, don't just watch, experience it for yourself. Leave a comment below and tell me what your Texas is and which place you want to explore the most. I look forward to hearing your stories. See you on the next adventure, next.